Hey guys, it's Miss DeLeon. I wanted to talk to you today about those integers that we've been struggling with a little bit in class. So I wanted to give you an online tutorial so that if you got stuck with any of your homework, you don't have to be scared. So first off, my precious loves, don't forget, Creepy Mickey can be your friend, okay? So it's used for multiplication and division only. Otherwise, we're going to do same sign, add, different sign, subtract. So let's do a couple of little questions here, just as a little reminder on how we use it. 10 plus -7. So the first thing I have to do is identify the fact that I have an operation next to a parentheses. In class, I tell you, you need to clean up this mess because it looks crazy. And you know what? It does look a little crazy. But remember that this parentheses only means multiply. Just multiply. So that's where that creepy Mickey is going to come in. So what I see is a positive times a negative. So I can cover it up. A positive times a negative gives me a negative. That's all I'm left with. So instead of having two operations, now I have one. Remember, that's called distribution. Everything else can just drop down. Well, now I just have 10 minus 7, and 10 minus 7 is 3. Okay, let's try one that's similar but a little bit different. 67 minus -6. Well, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell you in class. First off, I need to clean up this mess because it don't make no sense. So if I look at it, it says a negative times a negative. A negative times a negative, which gives me a positive. So instead of writing these two, I can just write plus. So we distributed the negative to the negative. Everything else is just going to come down. Well, wait a minute. Now I just have 67 plus 6. Okay. 6 plus 7 is 13. And let's see, 6 plus 1 is 7. So we should end up with 73. Okay, let's try two more. -13 minus -6. I know, you guessed it. First thing we got to do is clean up that mess because that don't look right. Okay, well, let's see here. I have a negative times a negative. Negative times a negative gives me a positive. Everything else just drops down, including that negative that we didn't change. So, well, now it's not so easy because I have these two different signs, but I know you know. Same sign, add, different sign, subtract. Different signs, so that means I subtract it, and that's 7. And I'm going to keep the sign of the bigger number, which was 13. There we go. Let's try one more. I'm going to work underneath Mickey now. So the first thing I have to do is fix that mess. Okay, same thing. It's a positive times a negative. A positive times a negative gives me a negative. Everything else just drops down. Then I have this. Okay, same sign, add, different sign, subtract. Same signs, I'm going to keep the sign. 15 plus 2 is 17. There we go. So hopefully that helps just a little bit when you're thinking about your integer.